Sucking on my own dick. Yeah, you know I'm sucking on my own dick. Sucking on my dick. Everybody's sucking their own dicks. Sucking on our own dicks. Everybody's sucking their own dicks. Sucking on our dicks. Yeah, you know I'm sucking on my dicks.
Here we are, podcasting.
I'm back at Via Catalina.
Our special Tuesday treat, recording the podcast.
Yeah, this is the highlight of my week. What am I, one of our
Some
listeners?
weeks it is.
That's
I
really
don't.
sad.
What do you got going on, Nick? You're selling plasma?
I just do everything that I can to hustle. I had a very strange conversation with my coworker.
You have a million bodily side hustles.
Yeah, plus 2 jobs. It's just like, it's just the nightmare of living in Los Angeles. I was like, my coworker and I were talking, or he's my manager. Really nice guy.
Unclear chain of command there. Should not be your friend.
No, it's like our job at the escape room is so relaxed that it's and like he's like a cool. Here's the thing, he's cool. He's like a very cool, relaxed boss. He's like, it's him. I will never fire you for anything. I'm like, all right, you're fine. What am I? But
Time to go bury some sandwiches.
no, I at least felt righteous about doing that. Like at least like. Because Jimmy John's is evil and bad, but like at an escape room, like we're actively taking money from bad people, so like it feels a little like we're tricking them into thinking that this is like a real thing that they should spend money on, and it's a broken facade.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't mind this job. It feels kind of Robin Hood-esque.
Yeah, in many ways you are a hero. Do you have one of the earbuds in because it's too loud?
No, it's because this one's blowing out.
Oh, okay.
It's this one, and that's just from it being my cat trying to eat it while I'm sleeping.
Why do you think your cat likes that?
I don't know. She does
do you
it
think
to
your cat wants to die?
She does it to every single pair of headphones that I have. I don't know. She likes to eat plastic. She likes to lick and eat plastic until she throws up everything in her stomach, and we have to like keep plastic away from her.
What do you think's in there that she's trying to get out?
Apparently, it creates some kind of chemical reaction, like when cats chew on plastic, that like it gets them high, which is true because you'll see after she licks plastic for a little while, she just like she'll like run. I literally saw her like Tony Hawk Pro Skater like up a wall for a while. She was just like horizontal, whatever the fuck it is, on the wall. It was like something out of The Exorcist. It was very strange.
That doesn't sit right with me one bit.
Yeah, I know. I wonder if it works on like...
On me?
I want to know what it is about a cat's mouth that makes plastic be drugs.
Yeah, do you think maybe it's just like their tongues are rough, right?
I'm sure that it's more than that.
So do you think if I had a rough... Maybe if I sandpapered plastic and then I licked off the dust, do you think I'd get high? What if this was what I started doing? It's just like, I'm a straight edge guy, but then I'm just like inventing my own
You
drugs.
just get high like fucking housewives do, where you're like huffing and fucking... You're like, well, my doctor prescribed me these, so they're not really drugs.
Are housewives huffing like spray paint?
Dude, there was a fucking... there was this housewife in... who the fuck... Who's telling me? Maybe it was my high school girlfriend's mother. One of her friends got sent to the emergency room because she was doing like whippets or aerosol or whatever the fuck.
Oh, you're not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah, and just this because she's fucking at home, has no job, has nothing to do. So she got into like, is that huffing? I think that's huffing, right?
Yeah, inhalants.
Yeah, she got into
that
inhalants.
was like the drug that they teach you. I think they taught us about inhalants before weed at my school.
Yeah, that actually makes sense. Especially, I think they did too for me when I was like in middle school. Dude, there was a way that we were. Well, let me finish this story really quick. But there's a really funny way that we were getting high in my special ed class. Avid. We would do it before the teacher came in. But anyway,
wait, you were in special ed?
Yeah. Well, they made it sound like we were. It was this class called Avid. I was selected for. They scoped me out like I was special ops. I was selected for it when I was like in 5th grade. I was so
by God, that boy is retarded.
Yeah, I was so retarded that like someone noticed on a security camera and people started talking about what to do with me.
Just a bunch of men in white coats sitting around watching black and white soundless you.
Yeah.
Just like, I don't know, you're sitting at the, what are you doing? You're podcasting or something?
This was like, I was like fucking 9 or whatever. And then like, somebody just came into my math class and disappeared me. They just like put my head in a black bag. But yeah, I was in this class called Avid. It was called Advancement via Individual Determination, which is, they really dress up special ed classes.
Oh,
dude.
yeah. It sounds like you're smart.
Yeah. It's so bad. Okay, no, but I'll get to that. No, but so what this house? I don't even remember. I think it was my girlfriend's mother's friend. Yeah, she was doing inhalants, and one of the cans. She went to the emergency room because one of the cans exploded and shot it shot a hole in her calf. Like the shrapnel cut clear through her legs.
Damn.
So that was like, and then it was like this big thing. But no, what we were doing in Avid class before we like found legitimate ways to get high. This gay retarded kid literally was out, and good for him. He was like out gay in 7th grade.
Hell yeah.
Just like out of the closet against everybody's wishes.
Even the teachers are like, come on, buddy.
They swear to God, honestly. But he was like, do you want to see a free way to get high? And I was like, show me the first way to get high. Like, I don't even know.
I would pay for ways to get high, but I don't know any.
I didn't understand what was happening. He was like, so you have to do, also you don't have to do, there was a way, got so caught up in the actual motion of it, I didn't realize I just had to choke myself. But he was doing this thing, he's like, you have to take your thumbs and press them right under your chin and then like clasp around the back of your head. Mm-hmm. He's like, and hold them there for like a minute. And then you'll start to see spots and you'll forget where you are. So, I was suffocating myself. We were so this entire class of special ed kids, before the teacher was coming in, we were all suffocating ourselves in a circle trying to see who could get high the fastest. And then I'll never fucking forget, like, because I couldn't get it to work. And then when I did get it to work, I got obsessed with it, and I like showed my grandparents. I was like, I was like, look what I figured out how to do. But now, yeah, we were doing it one day before.
Look what I invented.
Yeah, honestly, yes. We were doing it one day before Miss Crawford, that was her fucking Avid teacher's name, came in. And so I was just there like choking myself, and it started to work. And then I just like lost consciousness and fell backwards into the desk and came to when the back of my head hit the desk. And then I like shot right back up, like right as she walked in. So good, dude.
This has got to be real bad for you.
So bad. I mean, look, whatever. That was a taste of things to come. Yeah, dude, she was weird. She was like, she survived breast cancer, which like good. Yeah, survived breast for sure.
Yeah, official Coward Hour take. Breast cancer bad,
but I was an
people
avid
who survive it. Very good.
But I was an avid for 3 years, and every year, like around the anniversary of her, like I don't know if it was her remission or what, she would play. You know that song, "I Hope You Dance." Mm-hmm. All right, well, so she would give us this long speech about like resilience and like like she survived cancer, right? Like it's a big deal to her, but like
doing this for 7th grade.
She's doing this for 7th graders about resilience. She's like, and I want to play you this song that she's like, this song means so much, and she's like, I hope that inspires you, and I hope that you all remember to dance. Like, you know, it's so dumb. And then what she would do is this. Again. Cancer survivor, don't want to shit on her too much, but then she would hit the CD player and she would play I Hope You Dance in its entirety with her eyes closed while she like danced with herself, like with her arms around herself.
She's fucking Leland Palmering.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, yes, literally from like fucking Twin Peaks. And she did this every year. She did it every single year.
Damn,
Incredible.
that's rough. I feel like a lot of teachers have that kind of thing. That they like their thing they do every year that makes them special. And they gotta just see it like going over worse every year as they lose touch and kids like don't give a shit more and more.
I mean, like, it sucks. That's like dark to think about. Mm-hmm. But also trying to reach, especially the way public school system, like it's noble to try to reach children, and you can see how like in her head that's a very cinematic moment that she's having. Like you can see how she's envisioning that to go. But like literally,
one of those like the sketch where it's like she's like cropped widescreen, and there's like a nice soft filter on the lens, and she's like kind of slowed down and it's beautiful. And then it just cuts to full screen, like standard definition. All of you guys sitting there. There's no music.
We go from Panavision to like VHS. Just unimpressed children who are like half falling
Not
asleep.
black and white, but just desaturated.
Yeah. Just
as a mentally ill woman spins.
I mean, look, I guess I get it because like being a public school teacher, there are a lot of people who want to say that like being a teacher is easy. It's fucking hard. And like trying to you have to have such will to try to reach children in a public school setting. 'Cause, dude, we had so many teachers that we would just like fucking call losers like to their face.
I threatened to kill one in in 1st grade.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I mean, all right.
Yeah, go for it. Let's
So I was,
fucking.
I don't know. Like she called me Brandon. You know. And I'm not-
irredeemable offense.
Yeah, and I'm not saying you deserve death. And I don't even think I meant for her to hear it. I think I was just muttering it under my breath. But she just like heard it because I mean, you hang out with me now. I'm not a big volume guy.
Yeah.
So I just muttered under my breath, like, if you ever call me Brandon again, I'll kill you. And then I look up and the whole class is looking at me. I'm like, ooh, that may not have been so quiet.
Oh my God.
So my parents got called in. It was a whole thing. And the only punishment I got is I had to make her a card that said, I'm sorry I said I was going to kill you.
Yeah, dude.
I don't think I was supposed to write that on the card, but they left me alone when I was making it. So I was like, is this good? My mom's like,
I
I
got
hope that teacher still has that, like in a book somewhere.
Yeah.
She opens it, and it's like a little crayon drawing of me with a knife, and then like the big Ghostbusters no across it.
Yeah, dude, honestly, when I think about it, like, you watch like Harmony Korine movies like Kid. I guess you forget what being a kid was like because like you watch movies like Kids or fucking Gummo and you're like, oh, this is such an intense version of like childhood. But then that's kind of what it was. Like, there's this girl. I probably shouldn't say her name. Never mind. But there was this girl I'll never forget. Like in my Spanish class and in my it was language arts because it was still like 8th grade because this is at the middle school. And dude, like if you were sat behind, she just had this thing. She was hot. She would just do this thing where like if you were sat behind her and you were a boy, at some point in the class, she would turn around and just pull her titties out of her shirt and like show them to you.
That's
Which
sick.
we were all pumped on. But, like,
And then now you look back, you're like, what was that girl's home like?
it was not good for sure. Because I remember like we kind of like became friends later in high school and like you found some shit out, but. I'm trying to remember what the fuck. Yeah, dude, we had so many teachers who we were just like, we were actively trying to like drive them crazy because when you're a kid, you think like, oh, like you don't realize like that adults are literally still just like fragile children but who have to act like they're not. But like, man, like, I don't know how teachers don't kill themselves. When you have entire classes of kids who are 11 just being like, you suck. And this thing.
You fucking suck.
You fucking suck.
You bitch.
We made fun of our math teacher we made fun of her for having a job at Home Depot, like during the summer. She was making so little money and we were just like making fun of her to her face. How the fuck you
Jesus
just get
Christ.
stunted on by fucking like 11-year-olds for half of a year?
Yeah, you chose to do something good
To
rather
try to
than-
make a difference, yeah.
Yeah. Damn. I remember we had this sub named Magic Lou, and he was like a horrible sub.
Yeah.
Because anyone can be a sub, and his thing was that he did magic tricks, but they were really bad. So like everyone ironically like would beg him to do magic and like over like exaggeratedly get into it to the point where like he had to tell we were making fun of him, and then eventually the he was like told by the school that he wasn't allowed to do magic anymore because
God.
it was a distraction, and we like tricked him into thinking that we wanted the magic so badly that he was like, all right, I'm gonna risk it all for these kids, I'm gonna do magic. And
Like
then he
Dead
got
Poet Society.
and then he got fired because someone told on him for doing magic
Holy
immediately.
shit, dude.
And then he just worked at he just worked at what's that restaurant with like the big cookies with the smiles? Eaton
Oh,
Park. Then he just
we called it something else, but yeah, I know what that is.
yeah. Then he was just a busboy at Eaton Park, and kids would go there and be like, "Do magic, Lou," and be like, "You fucking kids."
Have you seen? There's a video online that's so heartbreaking because there are no winners, but I kind of side on the side of the teacher of like this substitute teacher. He's in like this inner city school, and the whole class is just like making fun of him, and it's being led by this like one kid in the middle, and the kid's calling him like a bitch and a piece of shit. He's telling him that he gets no pussy, all this stuff, and then finally the teacher's like keeping his cool, and he goes, "Man, can I ask you one question?" And the kid's like, "What?" He's like, "Man, why are you acting like such a faggot right now?" Like that's what the teacher says, and literally the kid in the class stands up. He's like, "I'm going to the principal's office. You can't call me a faggot. You're getting fired." And the teacher's like, "Go. I don't care. Go." He's like, "I'm going." And then like the kid goes out in the hallway and like gets the school cop to come in. It's just like, fuck, man.
Damn.
And Matt just like that teacher was mentally destroyed. It's such a
Yeah,
fucking brutal video.
That's a toughie. I don't know who to side with on that one.
I mean, like, I kind of side with the teacher a little bit. Because, like,
yeah, what? I mean, like, yeah, I guess I mean, obviously you can't do that, but like, I guess there was like a time where the teacher thought, I don't know.
no, you can't do that. Well,
Are they still homophobic in like boot camp?
No, I think maybe he thought he was like gonna freedom writers and try to like meet him, and he's like, "Look, I'm gonna use your language to make you like to make you see a point."
Looking at his like Pepe shirt or whatever, like I know what these kids like.
Yeah, but it's like it's fucking because it's also, dude, it's hard to be like a grown man, and I don't know, like the way our classes were in Anne Arundel County was we had those like 70-minute classes. We had like 4 periods a day.
Oh yeah, Christ! Where it just feels like it's forever.
It feels like it's forever. And so, like, just imagine, like, being a substitute teacher in a class full of, like, just, like, disrespectful teens who are calling you a loot. And you do that, like, that's your day all day.
Yeah,
Like, how do you not get mentally worn down and fucking call some kids some faggots? Like, that just...
yeah. I never thought about that. That if you're a teacher, like, I mean, you're doing the same lesson 5 times a day or whatever, right?
Yeah, well, and if you're a substitute teacher, you're putting on, fucking
video or
Homeward Bound 5 times. You're putting on the first 2/3 of Homeward Bound 5 times a day, which is equally maddening. But I don't know. I've been thinking about because it's true in Maryland, but I want to see if it's true in LA too. I think it is because I sent my resume into this job thing, and like the LA County Public Schools got back to me of like, you're eligible to be a substitute teacher. Granted, you make like minimum wage. If you don't have a college degree, you're not eligible to make like better wages. But because I don't give a shit, I would love to be a substitute teacher on my off days and just like taking some revolutionary fucking methods into these classrooms, dude.
Hell yeah!
I would
Bring me in with you.
Yeah, I would. We just
We just do a live cast.
that would be fucking great. Yeah, dude. I just want to try to like reach
Yeah.
these kids.
All right, today in AV Club, we're gonna learn about Steven Spielberg.
Be incredible, man. There was this guy back in Baltimore, Kiragu, who for a while he taught at like an inner city school. Kiragu Butai, he's a really good comic. But he was like a teacher at an inner city school, and he was teaching like the 11-year-olds there how to do stand up. He kept wanting me to come in, but I was like, I don't think that my comedy is going to be a good fit for like this Def Jam Jr. environment. He was like,
Yeah, you bomb for kids.
dude, you always bomb for kids.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever done stand up for people who are like under the age of 17, 18 even?
No, I haven't.
Dude, they hate it.
Yeah.
They hate that you can't
stand up.
No, dude, you can't compete with what they think is funny because they're also all
With
like
just black teens? Absolutely
you
not.
can't fucking compete with black teens. Also, they're all like really like all of their humor is really they're at 11, they're so steeped in like meme irony that it's just like stand up almost seems like too earnest for them.
Yeah. 'Cause, I mean, to them, what's funny is Vine.
Yeah.
Is only Vine.
Which is just like a barrage of fucking like weird character.
Yeah, like in order for your jokes to translate, you would have to like put on strobe lights and like loud music.
Yeah.
And just
It's because the like kids at that age aren't like reflecting on anything yet, so it's hard. But anyway, we can intellectualize why teens don't think I'm funny.
Yeah, I mean, I remember like when I was in high school, I just thought only absurdism was funny.
I think I was there with you, man. I wish I could get back to that. So much of shit that I was doing in high school, I'm just like, where'd that guy go?
Yeah.
So fun. I got in trouble. I was going back to what you were saying. Did I ever tell you that I got in trouble in middle school because they thought that I was going to they thought you
were going to shoot the
They thought I was
school.
going to shoot the school up. Have I talked about this?
No. I have never heard.
That's just because I got bullied really hard. I would just like take things from pop culture that I saw. Like I didn't know how to be a person for a long time, so I was just like,
Yeah.
So like when people would bully me, I'm like, what have I seen people in movies do when they get bullied?
And then you thought back to your favorite movie, news footage from Columbine.
Yeah. So every time like these kids in the gym locker room would bully me, I would be like, your name just went in my little black book. And then
What the fuck movie was that?
I don't know. I mean, I know that like a little black book is
Also,
totally
yeah, a little black book that means you want to fuck them.
No, it's
Little
not-
Black Book was like where people wrote girls' phone numbers in like the 80s. You'd be like, ooh, I have her number in my Little Black Book.
I think it was also people you were gonna kill.
That'd be like your list.
Somebody
Like, you're
Goo-
on my list.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, but I think I was trying to make it my own. Maybe what I did was I merged the two. Either way, I said it menacingly, so
I mean, either way, it's a good threat. Either way.
I don't think that Matt Stanley was like,
Yeah.
I think Nick is angling to fuck me.
I think Nick's gonna take me out to a nice fish dinner, suck my dick, and then kill me.
I don't think that he thought I was going to be suave like young Robert Downey Jr. I think that he knew. But this is just a thing that I was saying to like have some kind of comeback to these kids who were like, straight up like beating the shit out of me. I had so
You got like fully beat up.
Yeah. Oh, have I talked about like the insane that when like Matt Stanley like brought brass knuckles to school to fight me?
No.
Where the fuck was he get? He just
Where did he get brass knuckles?
his resources were incredible. I've told you about the time the kids put a vibrating dildo in my gym bag. Have I talked about this on the cast?
You have never talked about this in life.
Yeah, dude. I think I talked because this used to be a bit that I had because it was a true story. Yeah, like I came out of gym class where all these kids had been making fun of me, and then like I went to go to my locker to how the fuck did. Like, where did he get it from? I hope to God it wasn't like his mother's, right? But I go into my gym bag and there's like a noise coming from it, and I pick up this fucking vibrating dildo that somebody's put in my locker because I didn't have a lock on my locker.
Yeah.
And I like flipped I like didn't know exactly what it was, but I could tell that it was shaped like a dick, and that it wasn't there before, and that it was doing something bad.
It's not yours.
So, dude, I straight up like just like had it in the bag. I was holding the bag like close to my chest, and I just shoved the bag. Mind you, I haven't turned it off, so I just shoved the bag in my locker, and now there's just like a dull buzzing coming from my locker.
So it's pressing against the metal.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I am not equipped to deal with this, like mentally at all. So I just went to fourth period, leaving just like a buzzing out in the hallway for like, it died eventually.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, then I was so like freaked out by the whole experience. Like I thought I was gonna get in trouble.
What did you
I thought
do
they were
with
gonna
it?
expel. I went home. My parents weren't home yet, and I took it into the backyard and I dug a hole with a shovel and buried it.
Have you ever seen if it's still there?
No, I do not want to.
The telltale heart.
Yeah,
dude.
that was the end of my joke. Was like, now I just like to imagine that whoever buys our house next will like fucking murder his family and eat his children because of the vibrating dildo. He just hears the buzzing from the dildo in the backyard. So I don't know. It's very, but no, the black book
This
thing.
all sounds very dramatic, Nick.
Yeah. Oh, dude, totally. You have a rough go as a kid.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
but yeah,
normal kid stuff.
So I got called after like a month of telling people that they were going into my black book just because I wanted them to like leave. It was just like a canned comeback.
Yeah.
And but then all these fucking pieces of shit who were like legit hurting me went to the office and they were like, we think that Nick is going to do something. But it's like, it's psychotic, dude. Children are like so crazy. So then I got called down to the office. My parents like showed up at school without me knowing. And this guy.
Oh yeah, when you suddenly see your dad at school, that is bad.
Yeah, dude. And the guidance counselor is like, Nick, where can we find your little black book? And I was like, it doesn't exist. I swear to God, it doesn't exist. And my dad is like, son, it's all right. He's like, you can show me when we get home if you're keeping it somewhere. And I was like, I don't have a black book. I heard it in a movie. I thought that it would make them leave me alone.
And then did they do something about you getting bullied?
No, not at all. They can't do anything. They straight up can't really do anything about bullying in school. Which ultimately like is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, like the kid who ended up like being my bully. I've talked about this before. He ended up killing himself because his home life was so fucked up.
Nice.
So not really. Like,
Nah, that's a win for you.
you don't want anybody like. I used to think so, but like when I think about somebody whose home life was so abusive that they killed themselves at 17, it's like that sucks. He also apologized to me senior year. He like tried to be cool, but like clearly he was clearly just like a fucked up person.
Damn. Why were you the target? Were other kids getting bullied, or was it just you?
I think I was an easy target because I was kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
I was loud. I had trouble controlling the volume at which I was silly.
Yeah, it's weird now that like we're in LA, the kinds of people who do stand up here, like you forget like stand up was all losers.
Yeah, yeah.
3 years ago.
It's way back. I mean, I'd say further back than that, maybe like 6 years ago. Because I feel like
Yeah.
3 years ago is when it was like, that was when cool people really started doing comedy.
Yeah, I
Like,
guess
that's when
maybe.
it began, yeah. But anyway, yeah, I see, I know what you're saying.
Stand-up's not cool. It's not cool. Man, if
The problem
I
is,
had a son and he started doing stand-up, I would do something. I don't know. I'd be like, be trans or something. Instead. Like, pick something else. Pick anything else. Find any other hobby.
I mean, like, it is like, stand-up's, it is weird. It is like, especially because technically, like, the first time I did stand-up was, like, my homeroom teacher. We talked about this. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Yeah. We talked about it. Let me do it, and the first time I did it was really good. But it was funny because the biggest laugh that I got was saying the word faggot, and so like
In school?
in school, like I mean, the bell was gonna ring in 2 minutes, so I did my whole bit. I like wrote it down. It is funny that now when I think back about it, that was what they were laughing at. So then I tried to do one. Like they were like, Nick, do another stand-up bit, and I like didn't have one, so I tried to make one up on the spot, and I didn't say any slurs. So then they like fucking turned on me hard. But it's like if only I had like had the perception back then to realize like, oh, come up with another. They just laughed at the slur.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was the
just-
only thing that they.
Just say the N-word.
Yeah. It's so bad. But yeah, I don't know. Why do they? I mean, the guy who made me want to get into stand-up was Dane Cook. Truthfully,
Nothing wrong with that. It's a ton of people.
yeah.
For me, it was like Andy Kaufman, which sucks.
I mean, it doesn't suck, but it sucks because of the people who now identify with him.
Well, it set me back pretty far because, like, when you're 17 and you're trying to emulate Andy Kaufman and Steve Martin with that, like, you're commenting on comedy that's from so long ago that, like, what you're doing just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, their comments on comedy they don't make sense anymore. And also just became the way that they were commenting on comedy just became integrated into regular comedy.
Yeah, yeah.
So like
So I was like, ooh, I'm being clever by ripping someone off from 40 years ago.
yeah. I mean, I will say when I started doing it like late, because I did it a little bit when I was like in middle school, like literally in school, and then bombed and was just like, and then nobody even wanted to hear it from me anymore. I'd like try to write new stuff, and they're like, "No, you're not funny. You fucked
Damn,
up."
you bombed in school.
I mean, I crushed it first,
Uh-huh.
and then I bombed because they demanded a new bit from me, like the next homeroom. Dude, it literally was like
It's like a movie about stand-up.
It's-
Where the same crowd is back.
Yes,
the
dude,
next night.
it sucked so hard because I just like I could not find my place in school, and I had that where like I did that in homeroom, and like literally, I went home that day. I was like, my life is changing, things are turning around, and immediately like
You didn't know it was the worst mistake that you'd ever make.
yes, that there was no way I could live up to what they liked about me. But yeah, no. But then when I started doing. When I initially, before I like figured out how to write jokes, I was just doing like weird, like I think I saw like Live at the Purple Onion, and I was trying to do stuff like that, which you shouldn't be doing.
No. I mean, that's a good special, but you watch it now and you're like, did Zach Galifianakis have 45 minutes? This is a lot of interview
Doesn't.
segments.
He definitely doesn't. But he's fun. I mean, like what he is showing is that he is a naturally funny person.
yeah.
But you can't manufacture what he's doing, which is like what I was trying to do.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, he ruined a ton of open micers.
Yeah. I would see so many people just like straight up doing jokes of his like at open mics, which is weird. Like it's weird. I remember seeing it so many times. Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't know. So it's not something worth. I mean, like oh fuck it, whatever. Comedy's not worth.
You're
any
listening
money.
to What the Fuck with Mark Maron.
Yeah. Dude. I want to do a What the Fuck style podcast where I just like. Where I just like interview people who bullied me in middle school, and I just be like, what was our? Where didn't we hit it off? What was our deal? And then they're just like, who are you?
I want to do the opposite, where I interview people who I have historically been very cool with, and then I create a beef in the episode.
I love doing that.
Who should we have on that we really dig into and create strife?
I don't know.
Should we pick like just like a local comic? Not say their name
oh,
on mic,
from,
but
like-
should we just like bring in someone we see at mics?
You mean out here or like?
Yeah, like just ask someone to do it, not tell them what the show is, not tell them that we don't normally have comics on, and just like so they'll come on just being like, another podcast, and then we'll just be like, hey man, do you fucking hate me? Just create weird.
I was like, what would the basis of our attack on them be? But we would be acting persecuted.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm fucking. Why not? This podcast is so shapeless anyway. We should get a gimmick.
Bring someone in, and then I hit record, and then you reach into your bag and you pull out like a Smith and Wesson 686, and you just place it on the table, and then you just look at them like your move.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
That is an interesting.
Push it across the table at them, like, hey,
That's actually
you get to decide how this goes.
That's a genuinely interesting premise for like a roundtable style show where it's like three complete strangers for entertainment all sit at a table with a gun with live rounds in it. And we see where the conversation. Nobody says anything about the gun with you, but they're aware of the gun.
The gun has its own light.
Yeah.
There's like a camera that is specifically covering the gun.
Yeah, I wonder how many people just like don't bring up the gun.
Yeah. This would be a great show to air at like 4 a.m. on like CNN.
Yeah.
Only for people who are like coming down off coke. Put on it's just you're watching Gun Sphere. It's also in a big sphere. Or no, Gun Dome. Gun Dome. is-
Just like Charlie Rose with a gun.
Not him. Let's get someone not Me Too to have the gun show.
But at this point, if you're going to have a gun roundtable show, you might as well get the fucking Me Too guy.
Yeah. You know, it'd be funny if you and I had a panel show or like a talk show or something like that. But every time they cut to the audience, you can just kind of see faintly. You're like, is the audience all Me Too'd celebrities? It's Louis, it's Harvey, it's the whole gang there, just doing audience work, clapping.
It's all they can get anymore.
Yeah,
we took their. They're like,
We're paying them so much that they'll do it.
I thought it was something like, all right, you guys can have your careers back. You have to start back at the beginning now.
Yeah, you got to start at the bottom.
Yeah.
Gun Dome.
It'd be so just like Jimmy Fallon is doing like his monologue and like there's not even any laughter. We just cut to like Mel Gibson like scratching his cheek, just like looking off to the side.
Yeah,
Just like adjusting his tie, like
you and I Ellen dancing through the crowd. It's just fucking Roman Polanski and Woody Allen.
oh my god.
I would love to. I guess it's just the man show, but I was like, it would be sick to have like a daytime talk show for dudes.
Yeah.
It's just a vile, horrible thing.
Do you know what's funny? The Steve Harvey Show is essentially a daytime talk show for dudes, but the audience is all women. Like he's like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I mean, his
like-
segments, all his segments are just like he brings out like some girl and he's like, now we're going to talk about why she can't find herself a man, and then it's just like he calls her a whore or something,
Yeah.
and everyone claps. It's like, now are you going to get yourself some better clothes? And everyone's like,
woo! He's like, no, tell me a little about yourself. She's like, well, she's like, I work 2 jobs. I'm trying to get my master's degree. I also do art on this. He's just like, all right, I'm gonna stop you right there. You're doing too much. You don't need to be doing so much. Why are you even leaving the house? Look at this. Isn't she beautiful? He disarms her with compliments. Like, isn't she a beautiful young woman? What is she doing leaving the house? Woo! Round of applause for this beautiful young lady who should not be speaking anymore.
that's exactly what it is.
I'm gonna give you some advice. Don't speak anymore on my show.
Can we get her a bag?
Can we give this lady a bag? I want to cover up her. You don't want my lights to ruin her beautiful face. That's the only currency you have in this world.
He's been didn't he lose like 3 shows this week?
Did he? Or
Yeah,
did he, like,
Steve Harvey show got canceled. He lost Little Big Shots.
oh man, I loved Little
But
Big Shots.
but there's I don't think there's like an explanation why. Just like Steve Harvey's show is done and he's no longer hosting Little Big Shots.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
He's about to get the most Me Too'd that anyone could
I mean, look, at least that's probably why he was doing like 3 shows at once, just like packing money away, so that like now, when he gets Me Too'd, he can just like climb into a helicopter and go somewhere.
he can just go live in his palace that floats above a volcano.
Dude, imagine Steve Harvey's palace is probably fucking lit.
Damn, think of just him out by the pool doing Instagram videos with a cigar, giving you advice. Now, when my father told me,
Yeah, dude, Steve Harvey's fucking like
he's the best.
he's the great. I loved Little Big Shots. Did you ever watch it?
No,
It was just Steve Harvey, just like in disbelief that these children. It is also like
just furious.
no. I mean, like he thinks they're cool.
A kid comes out and he does like a backflip. Steve Harvey just goes, "Fuck!" He just hates it.
Yeah, like a kid comes out and like juggles or like does like a math problem in his head, and Steve Harvey just sits down and is like, "So you must think you're a real big shot, huh? You think you're more powerful than Steve Harvey?"
And then the dome comes down, and then a gun rises up from a platform in the table.
Yeah, that's there. But there is so much like fuck, man. There, pull up some Little Big Shots clips sometime. It's so funny to watch Steve Harvey just like. Steve Harvey is so good at being in disbelief, and it's completely phony, but he's turned it into like an art form. All Steve Harvey has to do.
Steve Harvey's jaw unfurls like a damn cartoon.
It's so funny. He looks like he's constantly about to quit his job just because somebody made a G-rated reference to like a penis, like, you know, like somebody's on Family Feud and they say the word doo-doo, and Steve Harvey looks like he's about to just start levitating and like go through the ceiling. Like Steve Harvey's just gonna climb onto a spaceship and leave the planet.
Do you think Steve Harvey hosted The Price is Right because he watched like old clips?
Did he host The Price is Right?
Not The Price is Right. Family Feud.
Family Feud, yeah.
Do you think he hosted that because he watched clips of the old dude just full on kissing people's wives on the lips, and he's like, "Oh, I can host this show."
Maybe. I don't think Steve isn't too well. No, now that we know that he's getting Me Too'd, maybe he was. I think he was more covert about it.
This is an intuition.
Yeah. This is the Crick bubble.
The Crick bubble.
We are entering the Crick bubble.
I don't know how I feel about the Crick bubble.
Come on, we all have our fucking things, dude. The Crick bubble is funny. You have a warped are you going to tell me you don't have a warped perspective on the world?
Yeah, that's true.
It is true.
I bought metal shelves for supplies.
Why
Did you see my shelves?
Are they in there?
Yeah.
Did you put them together?
Yeah, I did.
Do you like that?
Yeah, I did. You know, as I become more fearful for our planet and civil unrest, I really feel the need to have 72 hours of supplies in a bag at all times.
Because these double as right now they're functional, but the nice thing about metal shelves is you can like turn them into body armor later when you need to.
Oh yeah.
Do you think they'll stop bullets?
No, that's fucking IKEA metal.
Oh.
I don't think so. But I did recently learn that it's legal for civilians to own body armor. I used to think that was a crime, but no, it isn't. It's just if you wear it while committing a crime, you go to jail like forever.
Yeah, why?
And you can't have it if you're a felon.
Why would it be illegal for just a civilian to have to put body armor on?
Well, I used to hear that it
just
was
protection.
But yeah, I mean, I guess like how could you make putting metal in a vest illegal?
Yeah, how could you make somebody like if they don't have a weapon, like somebody just making themselves safe? How could that be illegal?
Yeah.
You're gonna start wearing body armor every day, aren't you?
No, I just
might be a good workout.
Sometimes
honestly.
I go down Amazon holes.
Yeah.
I don't always buy the things, but sometimes I just get it in my head. I'm like, what's the best? Like, if I wanted this, which one would I get? And then I go down the hole, and then I'll like save it to the list, and then ideally I forget to buy it, and then months go by, and then I see it in the list, and I'm like, why did I want that? And I delete it.
I did that when I had money, but now like I lead a minimalist lifestyle again, and now I just like I weigh every expense almost like a British street urchin from like the 19th century, where like I'll just be looking at something that I want to buy, and then I'm like, I should probably use that money for bread and cheese though.
Yeah. That's 12 loaves of bread.
I straight up think about things in their ratio to how many groceries they are. Because groceries supersede everything.
Damn.
I can't buy cool band T-shirts.
You gotta get a better job. All these jobs sound bad.
Well, no.
Are they all minimum wage? I'm not trying to be mean.
No, they're not minimum wage. The problem is I need to save money because there are 2 surgeries that I have to get before I go off my parents' health insurance.
Yeah.
So that's why I just need to have money. Also, I needed to save money because I needed to buy a plane ticket to go back in July.
Yeah, you're getting your new dick.
Yeah, I'm getting my new. I don't know. I mean, I was like, there's like some fucking there's some service out here. I gotta Google what it is. It's not plastic surgery.
I'm so excited for whatever this is.
Dude, it's not plastic surgery, but I mean, I think it's for men who are like over 40, but it's straight up like an injection, and it's not like silicone or anything, because it's at some like cryo center or something, so it's all natural, but it makes your dick bigger and like harder.
I'm assuming it's just that like Salinol stuff that people inject in their biceps, but
No, it's not that.
Huh.
It's not that. It's like,
They just sting you with a bee and your dick swells.
yeah, they get that spider, that fucking that spider that gives you a boner that kills you.
They have it sting you with one fang,
Yeah.
not both.
Yeah, I don't know.
So then
we'll look
you
it up.
fuck.
We'll both go do it.
Yeah,
We'll both go get.
we'll both go do it.
We'll both go get future serum shot into our dicks.
The very first purchase with the eventual Patreon money.
Mm-hmm.
New
He's getting
dicks.
bigger
It's
dicks.
getting bigger dicks because it will improve the show.
Definitely.
Just think of all the wacky capers we'd get into in the week with big, beautiful dicks.
yeah, man.
I mean, my dick is shameful. There's no good content coming out of this little thing. This wee little peeper.
Yeah. My dick's okay. I've been feeling better. You know what's funny? Lately I've been feeling better. Tom just measured me.
Uh-huh.
I'm 6 feet tall.
I mean, that's nice.
It is nice because I've been 5'11". I guess I didn't. I'm like, oh yeah. I guess like
Well, I
because you're
mean, just-
done growing at like
just-
26 or something.
Just say that
I'm gonna list it on
26,
Tinder.
that sounds nice.
What?
I said 26, that sounds nice.
Yeah.
I stopped growing at like 12.
You know, they should have put you on or didn't they? Were you on steroids or anything?
Apparently they were considering it, and they never asked me my opinion, and they didn't do it.
Oh my God, they should have done it.
They should have done it.
It straight up probably would have fixed you.
Yeah. I would be a normal-sized man.
And so many other problems would never arisen probably.
Yeah, I wouldn't be funny, so I wouldn't have done this.
Yeah. Holy shit, dude. You would just be like fucking on Wall Street right now, probably day trading.
Probably.
That sucks.
Or I'd be a Marine.
No, I don't know if you'd be a Marine.
No, I mean,
I don't know.
I think the only thing holding me back from being a Marine is the fact that I'm puny. If I was like a 6'2" jacked dude, you don't think I could kill?
I mean, I think that you could kill. I don't know that you would be. I don't know that you would.
But
be killing
for
in
my country.
in an organized fashion.
I get off the plane first day and I go, woo! And I just kill myself. Semper Fi!
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know.
I count as a casualty in the war. Like war statistics.
Yeah, dude. Fuck. There were so many people. Like I knew like 3 people back.
I got
home.
MREs in there.
You do?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
As
Have you
far-
tried one?
I had one for dinner today because after work I went to the I wanted to get a water bottle, so I went to the surplus military store, and they had MREs, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm gonna buy MREs, and I'm gonna put them in my emergency bag for when the event happens."
Yeah, dude. How do they taste?
I mean, not good, but like you can eat them, and it's pretty cool that they fucking heat up on their own from like a chemical reaction. You pour water in it.
Is that
and
cool?
it is cool.
That doesn't make you a little nervous?
What do you mean, nervous?
That they get hot from a chemical reaction that's stored in the.
Well, it's not in the food. It's it comes in a plastic bag with like these strips, and the strips are like, it almost looks like gunpowder or something.
This is not better. This is what I was imagining.
Well, it's on the food is in its own plastic bag, and then
Okay.
those go outside of the food,
Right.
and it all goes within its second bag, and you just pour a little water in it, and it mixes with the powder,
Right. So the only
and then
thing
it starts boiling.
the only thing separating your food from boiling chemicals is a thin layer of plastic.
It's a pretty thick layer of plastic.
I mean, let's be honest. In after the event, there's going to be a lot of chemicals in the air.
There's going to be a lot
So
of chemicals
I
in the
guess
air.
by comparison, this is fine. It'll
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
probably make you stronger, kind of like a vaccine.
It's true.
It's kind of like nuclear vaccine where you just get a little bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Man, it would be cool if the event happens, then everyone taller than me dies, and then I'm the largest man on Earth.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be good?
So no, I mean you would be the only man left on Earth.
No, it would be me, and it would be dwarves.
You want to be king of the dwarves?
I do want to be king of the
You
dwarves.
think you do?
Yeah, that'd be sick.
So-
A dwarf army?
And they look up to you because you're short, but you have regular proportions. So they're like, they're like, we all worship the man who can bend his knees all the way. Do dwarves have? They have knees, right? Because they look like they don't.
They do have knees,
Okay.
yes.
They look like they just have shins
Dwarves
that connect to
have-
their hips.
Or little people, I guess we should say.
No, dwarf is the
Dwarf
correct.
is all right.
Yeah,
Whatever.
dwarf is the correct.
But I mean, there's different kinds of dwarfism, but for the most part, it's just the bones in their limbs are shorter.
right. I do love how like being an Uncle Tom doesn't exist for dwarves. Like we talk about like like being politically correct about like little people or whatever, but like dude, every single dwarf, I've never seen a dwarf that wasn't willing to sell themselves out in like a comedy sketch.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they're
for
so
sure.
willing to be picked up and
Midget
thrown around for
wrestling.
it's hilarious. They don't care. It's incredible. I mean, good for them, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You have to know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
for
It's
them.
just a stray
Do
observation.
you think Vern Troyer fucked?
A lot. Yeah, no, he fucked a lot. Didn't you know that? He was like a pussy hound. Like famously, like there was that woman who was sleeping with him who was just like, he fucked me like 7 times a day. He was
Wow.
an animal in bed.
How big was his dick?
I'm sure not big, but it doesn't like, dude, it doesn't matter. You're Vern Troyer. You've got the
Yeah,
fucking,
You got money.
you got money. And then if someone, whoever is like, if you're someone who's getting off on the idea of like fucking a dwarf, like the dick size doesn't matter. You're the experiences.
Yeah, it's
You're
like when
getting the whole
people
thing.
fuck me. It's like by that point you're in.
Yeah. Just like, I guess I'll just double down.
Yeah. No, like no woman has been about to fuck me, and then they see my dick, and then they're like, "Man, I went into this expecting a good dick." So
Yeah. No one's on the fence.
they're only like, "Oh," like kind of pleasantly surprised because, like, if the topic of my dick comes up before a woman has seen it, I am always rather dismissive because I would rather set the expectations low.
Don't you say that you've never won anybody over when it comes to fucking? Like people want to fuck you, decide. It's like
Yeah.
within the first 5 seconds they're not on the fence about
Pretty
fucking
much.
you.
Like I meet someone and I immediately can tell like, "Oh, I think we're going to fuck." It happens very rarely, but when it happens, I know.
I wonder what that is. I
Um,
wonder what the crick factor is.
I think often it's that girl left her house to go to that date intent to fuck whoever happened
Whatever
to show
showed
to
up.
that. Yeah. You know, I think we
That's crazy that women have. You think that like women wouldn't need that?
You think, but I mean, there's a lot of women who like. I think did we talk about this on the Sam episode that I accidentally deleted?
Yeah, maybe.
How like there's a lot of women who they're just like, oh, that's just how dates end.
Oh, that's sad.
Just like sad, lonely women.
That's actually very.
and there's like
sad.
a weird amount of like hot, lonely women.
Ah, you
just
make-
like very hot women who are very online.
Brendan, you're making an argument for the patriarchy right now. That it exists.
What do you mean?
You're saying like these women are like indoctrinated into this belief that like that's just what you do at the end, like regardless of how you're treated or what
Mhm.
is like you just fuck at the end of the date.
Yeah, it's certain women. It's not all of them.
No, I know, but
not
I'm saying
even
that's
gonna,
like
I couldn't even put a rough percentage on it.
no. I mean, I think that's probably real. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's that sucks. I'm like sad for them,
Yeah, it's very sad.
but happy for you because you're fucking these sad, lonely. Look at
Well,
you.
not anymore.
No, you're taking advantage like a fucking short king, dude.
I fucked once in the past year.
I admire the way that you take advantage of women who are too online.
No, I mean,
I'm kidding.
all right.
I'm
no,
joking.
it's fine. We can. You know, I feel like a weird amount of the time I have like when I online date. Eventually, I realize I'm like, does this girl have any friends?
Oh man.
And often the answer is no.
So they just come. They're just like They come like pre-gaslit. Like they just like enter the relationship, like where you're the only other person that they see.
that they know. Yeah.
That sucks.
I call that allegory of the cave, the pussy.
You alligator.
Bish! Look at that I'm holding a candle up to my dick and there's shadows on the wall.
Yeah.
Bish, that's the whole world.
Come on, bitch. Let's get you plugged into the Matrix. Get in the pod.
Get in the damn pod.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, you know. But
Me and Tim and Dom, we were talking the other day about like the movie The Matrix and how like it's weird that the Matrix is like the ideal fantasy they could create to make humans happy.
Right.
Because like honestly, we'd be happier just in the pod, just in the goo pod.
just hanging out. Yeah.
Yeah, like that sounds better than living like going to work and shit.
Right. Yeah.
I'll just be in the pod, and occasionally a big scary spider flies around and it gives me some more goo. And I say, "Please, Daddy, can I have some goo?" And it goes,
Robo Daddy.
yeah, and then I lay there in my egg nude. That sounds so much better than fucking paying taxes and shit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's hilarious that they make you you'll still go to jail in the Matrix.
Yeah, it's like just turn my brain off.
But they need it to be on because we're their batteries.
Well, then fucking stab my eyes out and make me deaf and just put me in my damn egg.
Right. I guess
Fucking
that's true.
like I'll forget I'm alive eventually. I'm very good at pretending.
Yeah, you guys made eggs were already a thing. You guys are complicating eggs. There are things that are in eggs right now that aren't jacked into a virtual world. Like you could have just put us in the eggs if that's all we knew.
Yeah. I'd be like, wow, it's a thrilling day in the egg today.
You know what? Fuck the Matrix is a bad movie.
I haven't seen it.
I'm gonna
in so
come out
long.
and say it.
I tried to watch it like 2 years ago, and I mean, like the cool thing was that the effects were good, and
Yeah.
now they're not.
Some of them still are. Some of the 360 photography is pretty cool still.
Yeah.
But you know, I actually kind of like the Matrix Reloaded a little bit. It just sucks that it leads
Damn,
up to
this is
the.
gonna be a classic older Shaw take.
No, I mean the Matrix Reloaded it has some.
Is
really,
it actually better?
Well, the reason why it's not better is because it ends in the middle. It's all set up for the Matrix Revolutions, which is bad. But the Matrix Reloaded, I think, has some of like the coolest shit. It's got like the ghost twins and shit.
Everyone loves the ghostly twins.
I love the ghostly. It's literally it's two guys. It's two guys with.
What if two guys were one guy?
Yeah, what if two white guys had dreads? Like, it literally is two. It's two guys with vitiligo who are just like appropriating like, Rasta culture, and they can go through walls.
That sounds cool. I would love to have a supernatural power where people aren't allowed to say that I'm racist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I just come out and I have like buck teeth and a rice patty hat, and
Yeah.
everyone's like, "Look, he's a computer program."
Yeah, or
We gotta-
everyone's like, he's being racist, cancel him, and then you just like go into the ground. Just like ultimate defense against getting fucking Me Too'd is you just like you disappear into a brick wall.
You can still see me in the brick wall. I'm like not hidden very well.
That's incredible.
There's 1 inch sticking out. I'm like, fuck.
There's that weird part in the Matrix Reloaded where like the one guy he like writes a piece of code on a piece of cake to give the girl eating it an orgasm. He can like manipulate the code of the real world, and then like the camera goes into her vagina, and her vagina turns into like ones and zeros, and then like you see there's like a firework of ones and zeros inside of her vagina. So like this cake is like giving this woman an orgasm, and then she's just acting like it's not. Then she's just like sitting at a table, like choking, just like
The
choking. on the cake.
Wachowskis are perverts.
Yeah. Yes, they. I mean, like Wachowski movies are crazy because like in every movie they do, I like half of it, and then and then the rest is just terrible. But they're weird dudes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Well, I mean,
That's not true. They're weird women. It's weird that. Can I say?
it's weird that they staggered it.
You know, it's weird that they
It's like, if you're going to both be trans, that's cool. If one of you is going to be trans, that's cool. But for one of you to go trans, then a couple of years
a
later,
decade later,
the other one's like, you know what? I'm also trans. Kind of fishy.
It's just interesting. And now they've got some show that's kind of about being trans, I guess, on Netflix. What's it called? It's Sense8.
Transparent.
Sense8. Yeah, transparent. Sense8.
Yeah, Sense8. Yeah, I've never seen it, but I have seen like clips of it recommended it to me on Pornhub.
What?
Yeah. 'Cause
Why?
I think there's there's some kind of scene I was reading about where it's some sort of psychic orgy where everyone's fucking across the world and sharing one consciousness. To me, it sounds vile.
That's where we're headed, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was shit like, you ever see Speed Racer?
No.
I like Speed Racer. But
Is
except,
that the one with Aaron Paul in it?
No.
No, that was one of the Need for Speeds or something.
Yeah, no. Speed Racer is Emil Hirsch, and John Goodman as Pops. And Speed Racer's crazy because the first 40 minutes of the movie are fucking really bad. Like it will make you want to turn it off. But then the minute those 40 minutes are over, it becomes the best movie that you've ever. It's so good. It's unbelievably good.
Why didn't they make the first 40 minutes better?
I don't know. It's a children's movie that's 2 hours and 16 minutes long. It's very strange. There's a weird part where like the little boy and the monkey eat too much sugar, and then they get on a moped and Freebird plays while like just against this like weird like Hanna-Barbera-esque cartoon background.
Damn,
It's just perplexing.
that does sound very strange. Since they're making like Disney live action shit, I think we should get more live action Hanna-Barbera.
Oh, I'm for that.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they tried. Who's the bear?
Yogi Bear?
Yeah, they tried Yogi Bear with T.J. Miller.
Yogi Bear.
I want fucking just live action wacky races.
Yeah, dude. have you seen Yogi Bear?
No.
Yogi Bear is insane. Well, no, it's not insane. Yogi Bear is insane because Yogi Bear is actually like a very kind of just nice family movie, and there are parts in it that actually make me laugh.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a weird part in Yogi Bear where Yogi accidentally sets off all these fireworks that are supposed to go off on 4th of July. The fireworks tilt over and they point at all the families, and so now like these fireworks are shooting at these families, and he sets all the trees on fire and everything, and he's in the lake. And the last shot of this scene is a recreation of Apocalypse Now when he's in the water and you just see his eyes. And no, it like literally shot for shot. And Yogi comes out of the water, he looks at the burning trees, and then he just goes back into the water. And you're like,
Just cuts away.
yeah, and then it cuts to the next scene. You're like, who the fuck was that for? Why are you referencing Apocalypse? It's like the scene is just like bathed in red light. It's
Damn.
very strange.
That is wild.
But I saw that movie in theaters and kind of liked it.
You see, I think you just watch the most of anyone that I know.
I watch a lot of movies. I know when the movies are bad. I'm just saying Yogi Bear is like inoffensive. There's like no fart jokes in it, which is so refreshing for a kid's movie. So it gets points for me. And T.J. Miller's funny. Fuck, I gotta stop.
Man. His stand-up's rough, though, the one time I saw it.
Yeah, it is. I mean, like, I think that just because he was doing that fucking insane thing where he was like a nihilist, he was like walking into traffic.
You can't be doing that.
Yeah, he's like, why don't
Look, life has so much meaning, which is why I have a bag so that I can cling to life.
you have a bag?
Yeah, I just told you I have the bag of
Oh,
supplies and shit.
okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
It's
that-
also just a camping bag.
I didn't realize
That's
that was
part
the
of it, too,
same
is
bag.
You just go camping with it.
Nah, but like there was when TJ was like writing these theories on nihilism, which like I don't know if anybody told him, but like it's been covered. Like people have. He was doing that thing where like apparently he was just like walking into traffic to prove that like life was absurd. He's like I've detached from life. I don't care about my own life. It's like, yeah, man, but if you walk into traffic, you might start a fucking 10-car pileup.
Yeah.
Like you might kill other people.
Also, you have a brain tumor and shouldn't be listened to.
It's true. TJ is bad. He's good in Yogi Bear, man. Strong script, I guess.
You didn't put a beer bottle in anyone in that movie.
Yeah, not like real life. That's a crazy thing to do. Put a beer bottle in somebody's vagina.
It's very wild.
You can't be doing that. Anybody listening,
Look,
don't do that.
if you are listening this with one earbud in, beer bottle in hand, a stranger or perhaps a loved one sprawled in front of
God, I
you,
hope it's not a fucking loved one.
go ahead and put down that bottle. From
let,
the Coward Hour boys to you.
let your uncle go.
Let
Put
your
the bottle down.
let your damn uncle go. Let him escape. How long has it been since your uncle has seen the sun? Days.
Jesus.
Let your uncle see the damn sun. From Coward Hour.
We personalize it here. We like to reach people.
It's true. Well, Nick, do you have anything else to say this week?
Are we at the end?
We're at 58 minutes.
Oh, we're at the end.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I feel like there was something I was going to talk about. Nah, I can't think of anything. I'm sure we'll get to it next week. We'll get to it this weekend at Joshua Tree.
Yes.
I might be. Can I tell you something?
Uh-huh.
I might be drunk on the podcast, dude.
Ooh.
But not too drunk. I mean, like, We'll see how things go. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have 2 drinks.
We gotta-
I can't go fucking. I can't go like glass for glass with a recently relapsed alcoholic.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be a treat. We are going to Joshua Tree with friend of the cast,
Sean Preston.
Sean
The
Preston,
very
and
funny,
Tom Brink, 2 friends of the cast.
What's Sean's Twitter? His Twitter's hilarious. What's his? Oh fuck, man. What is it? Buffalo Sauce Morrissey. If you search Buffalo Sauce Morrissey, you'll find Sean's Twitter. It's really funny.
It's a very funny Twitter, and we're gonna ask him why he's drinking again. Not in a judging way, just in a. Well, this sounds like fodder.
We're gonna hash it out, dude. I think there's a pool at the place.
Ah, sick.
I'm very excited.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I keep thinking about things that we should bring. I was like, maybe I'll bring a bunch of like retro video games, but I don't.
Hold on. Let me show you what we're bringing.
Oh, here we go. Brendan has pulled out an ominous case. He has to unlock it with a key. Oh, I know what this is.
Keep narrating.
I mean, yeah, you can guess what this is. It's a gun. It's Brendan's gun. Is it? Is that? Oh my God! All right,
It's not
loaded. Okay, it's not. It's just an air gun.
Yeah.
it's a CO2 gun.
But we're gonna shoot it into the damn desert.
It's really funny that like you still don't seem confident, but like it's your gun, you've had it for a while, and still when you touch it, the first thing you do is go, ah, fuck. You just seem like.
Well, that's because all the BBs spilled out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, I get it.
Well,
I like that it's locked up.
yeah, you got. I mean, what if? Not that kids would ever come here, but it's like irresponsible to not have it.
I've thought about. I'm gonna start bringing kids here. Just like, show up at Dom and Tim's, just like, hey, there's some kids that I'm trying to mentor.
Hell yeah. All right.
Make a baby, lead her on in peace. Only time I give a fuck is for my own release. That's why I own these streets. Straight up portfolio showing growth. Fuck a pay cut. Yeah, you know I stay slut. Catch me in the spot, lubing up for the self suck. Oh fuck, I busted already. I'm coming bucket so heavy. My dream of cream coming steady. Now my mouth open, I'm ready. I'm talking solo heavy petting on a Friday night. Not talking bashing the bishop, more like Nantucket's delight. I'm taking all the time I need to do.